The GOP, the Republican Party, has become the party for the Latino working class. What did I just say?
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant?
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version. All right, Polly, let's go.
Polly back here on the Latino Slant. Make sure you are subscribed. Make sure you have the alert on. We are doing now a weekly video on Latino politics this entire year. So we are in it and we are enjoying what we are finding out and getting all the facts out to you and reading stories and comments. So here's what I want to do with this video. I want you to stick around for the entire video. We're going to watch this fascinating breakdown video from the Wall Street Journal. Then I want to tell you a little bit about the new decision from the Supreme Court and how I think it's going to affect the Latino vote. And then ultimately, I want to read some comments I find simply fascinating as to the insight of some of these younger and older Latino Democrats who are just completely disillusioned. So yeah, I had said that earlier, and this remark of the Republican Party becoming the party for Latinos, for the Latino working class. Never in my entire 51 years, coming up on 52 years of living, would I've ever said that, thought that, believed that. But there is a shift going on. It's not an if, there is. And I want to report it to you guys. So if let's get right into it. Okay, so this is a Wall Street Journal video on why Latino voters are shifting, how it could decide that. And let me just say that also too, the Latino vote, the way it's going to vote is going to be important for all of America, and they're going to explain it right now. So let's begin. All right, we go to the first 20 second 20. Yeah, here we go.
J editor focused on
some sound,
polling and political data. Tell us big picture.
And hold on 1 second. Oh, I see what's going on. All righty. Here we go.
First, why are shifts in this demographic so significant?
This shift among Latino voters is one of the most important things that's happened recently in American politics, and everyone's watching to see if it's durable. Latino voters are one of the biggest and fastest growing parts of the electorate.
Okay, so there it is right now. This expert here who they got, who is, we'll get his title later. Let me see. What's his title? So just so we know who this vato is. Aaron Zitner, Wall Street Journal editor and reporter. So off the bat, they're telling you that this Latino shift is the single most important American political shift in a long time. So if you don't think this is not going to affect you, you are kind of blind. So this is fascinating. Okay, let us continue. I want to go now to and it's great that they asked this right away. Let's go to South Texas. So what this video does, they give you demographics of shifts in 3 sections, right? South Texas, Pennsylvania, and Miami. In each tract, they're saying represents around 4,000 households. And all these tracts in those regions, all those tracts for Latino voters have all shifted from blue to red over the last 10 years. Over the last, so that's what's going on there. Okay, let's go to South Texas. And what are the major issues in South Texas? And I think it's important because we're going to talk about another article in a minute that the Supreme Court voted on, and it has to do with this.
We're still studying it. A lot of people are studying it, but it looks like the most important thing that happened is that the issue mix changed.
So the issues for the Latino voter have changed.
In 2016, there was a lot of talk about immigration.
And
But
this
in
is in
2020,
Texas
it
they're
was all
talking
about
about.
the economy
And then in
COVID.
2020,
And when COVID struck,
when
it
COVID
hit the Rio
struck,
Grande
right?
Valley very hard. But voters hold the kind of jobs that you can't do from home.
Okay, so that's really important. When COVID hit, and I saw this, we're out here in Los Angeles, and I've known this as far as just the front line to the manual labor to construction to all those things essential. Those jobs never stopped, and those people on those front lines, those are the ones who took the hardest hit from the pandemic. Majority of them Latinos, Southwest, state by state, hands down Latinos as far as the workforce. So they didn't have a choice to quarantine at home and work from home. There was no work from home for them. Great point this guy makes. Great point. And that's a shift. That is a shift. That's an idea. And it's
so
an
when
issue
businesses
shift.
were shut down,
When you shut down the businesses,
they lost work. And they favored the Republican point of view on keeping businesses open during COVID rather than the Democratic impulse to shut things down in order to protect public health.
So right there, this has nothing to do with any cultural wars, any cultural issues. It's your jobs. It's your livelihood, which affects your family, where you're living, how you're living. That is the most important to these Latino voters in South Texas. Fantastic. Okay, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of all this? You think this shift is real? I do. I absolutely do. The more and more I dive into this, the more I get as far as the data, the more I see that the shift is real. It's happening. It's been happening, and you go from these tracks. It's just, I'm like floored. I'm absolutely floored, and I wanted to share this with you. Cool. Okay, so now let's go to Pennsylvania, where a lot of East Coast Latinos have either relocated to in this one particular spot that they're talking about, and it's more of an urban spot, which I think is it's good to note as well. Okay.
Urban, and a lot of people moved there from Philadelphia and New York.
And what issues are resonating with these voters in Reading?
Well, the economy was still number one, and the economy under Trump gave the Republican Party a lot of credibility with
economy. And the economy is on every single American's mind right now. It's on my mind. It's on everyone's mind at this point. And you better believe it's going to affect every voter's where and how they cast. So yeah, so that is number one, or that's a major issue with these, in Reading, Pennsylvania, where there's this Latino majority, which I think is fascinating. Absolutely fascinating.
With these voters. Another thing I found was that immigration is important as an issue here, but I found that voters were disillusioned with both political parties. They might want.
So voters have been disillusioned with both parties on this immigration issue. Okay, it is not a pressing issue for me. It's more of a humanitarian care for me. I don't want to see inhumane deaths that happen because of this migration, but that's kind of a different topic, a different talk for a different video. However, if you're looking to these parties to give you a great immigration policy, what they're saying is that they haven't. And if you're on the liberal side, so let's just take this, right? If you're on the far left, the far left, you want open borders. If you're on the far right, not only do you want closed borders in the wall, but you want to stop, even for now, legal immigration processes. You just don't want anyone new in right now. So that leaves a lot of room in the middle for a lot of disillusion. So again, interesting issue.
want tough border security, but for those who are already here in the country, they want to see a pathway to citizenship.
Are there any Democratic policies that are turning these voters off?
Okay, so this is going to be probably the most interesting thing of this video, and I was actually very surprised when I saw this video breakdown, which I think is great. I wish more people were talking about it. The comments in this video we're going to get to later. What are you thinking right now? Comment, let me know, and let me know what other political issues you're talking about, you're thinking about, or you would like for the slant to cover. We're going to do this weekly. We're going to do a weekly video just dedicated to the Latino vote for 2022 and beyond. Great. So the question is, this is you're going to hear this, guys. And this isn't coming from me. There's a big debate among Democratic strategists as far as the issues. Here we go.
That's a big debate among Democratic strategists, and some Democratic strategists are very worried.
So why are they worried? Because the Democratic Party has always been in step with the Latino vote, with communities. They call it communities of color, and their issues.
That the party has become too identified with liberal policy positions on crime and policing and on racial preferences and affirmative action.
Crime, policing, racial issues, identity issues, affirmative action. He's going to say later on a lot of these issues people have opinions on, but do they vote on those opinions? What do they vote? At the end of the day, what is the most important thing that they're going to vote on? Yeah. All right. Here, let me let him continue a little bit.
And I did hear from a number of voters that they thought that the Democratic Party was just not focusing on the issues that were important to them.
So what is at stake in Pennsylvania?
So in each of these, this is great talk. In each of these regions, right? South Texas, what's at stake is three Congress seats that could flip, that could go red. And here in Pennsylvania, I believe it is a senator and a governor. Now, the thing with South Texas is they're saying it's not heavily populated, but if it could flip those seats to red, it could change the face of Congress. Okay, so that is in play as well. I have here a senator and a governor for Pennsylvania. Now let's go to Miami, and that's the last spot that they check out on. Let's make myself smaller. Now again, you're seeing here. Let's go back. You're seeing now they're in the Miami-Dade. You're seeing the votes right there. Like this shift of each tract, how it's going. 70% population is Latino. And this is a big shift because it is a major populated city.
Yeah, it is a big shift. And it's one reason, an important reason, that Donald Trump won the state of Florida in 2020. And it's also a reason, the shift in the Latino vote, that Republicans picked up 2 House seats in South Florida.
So there's no if about it, right? Especially here in Florida, where because of that GOP leaning vote, they picked up 2 houses. They're saying that it's already solidly Republican, those two seats. It's not going to change. And more could happen. And it's not just the Cuban, Venezuelan, Central American, Caribbean. Fascinating. What are your thoughts? This is a huge issue of our day, is the Latino vote, and it is huge for all Americans. Okay, now let's move along to what I was telling you at the end that I find simply fascinating, that as far as what
might
they're
have
saying
opinions
here.
about abortion. They might have opinions about the economy. They might have opinions about immigration, but that doesn't mean that
So what they're
their
going to vote
choice
on.
of candidates.
Why does this kind of shift matter for the political parties?
Okay.
If this shift is durable, it marks a big change for the two political
I
parties.
say it's already happened. There's no if.
If Latino voters are shifting away from the Democratic Party and becoming more of a
Here we
swing
go.
group, that means that one of the pillars of the Democratic coalition is getting shaky. Republicans, on the other hand, they've become, in large part, the party of America's white working class.
So the Republican Party has already become a part of has become the party of the white working class. Okay, let's just say that over the last 10 years, whatever it is, working class people. Now check out what this guy has to say.
But they want to be a party of a working class across all racial groups. This movement among Latino voters, if it continues, suggests that this is in fact happening, and the Republican Party can become the party of America's future by building across different races a party of America's working class.
Unbelievable. I can't believe this. I can't believe that it has come to this. But the numbers don't lie, the facts don't lie, the reporting. What I'm going to do is link this video in our chat, in our video description. I'm going to also put another video from Cal Berkeley, where they had a panel of Democratic and Republican Latino pollsters, strategists, experts, all talking about this. And these are fairly recent videos, maybe a month or two old. So that'll be there. Then I also want to we're gonna go to these comments in a minute, but I want to also tell you guys really fast. I'm gonna put in the Wall Street Journal's article on the Supreme Court ruling that Biden can end the Trump era remain in Mexico policy. That just happened. I'm going to put that in there. Do you think that policy ending, so between now and November, do you think that is going to help or hurt the Democratic Party? Do you think that's going to help or hurt the Republican Party? Read up on what the Supreme Court decision, what it is. Read up on it. Read up on what it means. And in particular, do you think that it's going to help or hurt the Latino vote in South Texas that we just saw? Because that is a huge deal. Now, let's get to these comments that I thought were really really interesting. Let me see if you guys can see here. We'll read a few and then we'll get on out of here. As a Hispanic millennial, I can confirm that a lot of people I grew up with and around with this is that that they have shifted away from Dems and now are Republican or independent or libertarian. They just can't count on our easy vote anymore. And that's a great thing for all. Earn our vote. Birdman, as a young Latino, I speak for most Latinos in saying we are sick of identity politics and performative activism of the Democratic Party. I feel white liberals look down on us and just see us as easy votes and don't understand how strong and hardworking we are. Latinos are probably the most diverse group in America, and I'm sick of how we all get grouped together. Fascinated. Wow. Random Monkey says, I haven't watched the video, but as an American, I suggest you watch the video. As an American Mexican, a big thing for many Mexicans is the ability to provide for their family and work hard with some upward mobility. So stuff like inflation and gas prices really hurt that. There it is. Inflation, gas prices. Ocean A, if there's one thing I would suggest for the Democratic Party is to drop the Latinx label. Quit gentrifying Spanish Hispanic culture. And I want to read one more. These are great, guys. Actually, let me read two more. We could be here all day reading this, but yeah, let me read two more. As a Hispanic, I want freedom to succeed, a lawful and safe society, and dignity. I don't want freebies, being told I'm a victim, labels that end in X. I don't care what you do in your bedroom, respect your privacy. Before you are my leader, show me you made something or ran a business well, not just spoken. Let me be worthy of my dignity, hard work, and succeed with my own sweat. That's Mr. Council. Very nice. Very nice. Dirty Dan says, and we'll leave it here with this one. Millennial Latino here. I was a card carrying Democrat that voted for Obama in 2012. I was a fellow for the party in Miami-Dade in 2014. The party's flat footed response to 2016. Their endless wokeism and seemingly deliberate goal of keeping solutions out of reach for hot button issues as a strategy to use them for every election cycle has really soured on me. I will never vote Democrat again. Ay Dios. Whoa. There you have it, guys. Speak. Speak on your slant. How strong is it? I always say keep your slant fuerte. And I would be a hypocrite if I said I only want your liberal slants, only liberal comments. I want to hear it all. I want to hear it all. All right. Stay tuned. Every week we will have a Latino politics video, and also to look at our Latino vote playlist on the main page. Thank you, mi gente. Muchísimas gracias. Wherever you're at, please keep your slant muy fuerte.
Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. The slant.
Yeah, but isn't this the unplugged version? I don't know. I think it's the unplugged version. All right, Power, let's go.